Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a question that pops up all the time for travelers and expats. What is the deal with online sports betting in Panama? We're going to get you all the answers, and we're going to do it fast.
Look, we've done the heavy lifting for you. We've gone through all the top search results, the expert reviews, the user forums, all of it. So you don't have to spend hours reading articles. We've distilled it all down right here to give you the complete picture in just a few minutes.
All right, so here's our roadmap. We'll start with the big question about betting in Panama. Then we'll unpack the legal side of things, which is pretty surprising. We'll talk about your best options, how to pick a platform, decode some of the lingo, and then wrap it all up with the key takeaways.
So let's kick things off with the one simple question that brings so many people, especially visitors and folks living abroad, to this topic in the first place.
Yeah, this is a question we saw pop up everywhere, all over user forums. And you know what? The answer isn't quite as simple as you'd think, but, and this is the important part, it's actually really positive for bettors.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. The way Panama has structured its gambling laws, it's not some legal gray area. Nope. It's a well-defined and, honestly, a surprisingly friendly market for anyone looking to place a bet. Let's see how they got there.
You know, Panama has been in this game for a while. It really started back in 1998 when they opened the doors to private companies. Just 4 years later, boom, the Online Gaming Act made online sports betting totally official. But the real game changer? That came in 2019 when they got rid of the tax on player winnings completely.
And that incredibly pro-bettor attitude has had a massive effect. In 2024, the sports betting market in Panama was valued at almost $1.5 billion. We're not talking about a small niche hobby here. This is a huge, thriving industry.
So the bottom line here is simple. Panama is a fully established, tax-friendly hub for online betting. It's all regulated, you get to keep 100% of your winnings, and the whole system is built to welcome global companies and modern payment methods like crypto.
But here's the little twist in the story. Even though the law is crystal clear, what it's actually like for a visitor or an expat on the ground is a little different than you might expect.
All the user reviews and forums say the same thing. Yes, there are local Panamanian sportsbooks, but they're really set up for citizens. For almost every expat and traveler, the real solution, the practical one, is to use the big, established international platforms, sometimes called offshore sites, that operate all over the world and are perfectly accessible from Panama.
And hey, don't just take our word for it. This comment from a Reddit user just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures what's happening in the real world. It's not about finding a Panamanian site. It's about finding a trusted international site that works great in Panama.
Okay, so if these big international sites are the way to go, how in the world do you pick a good one? You definitely don't want to just choose one at random. Let's break down exactly what to look for.
The experts have a pretty clear 4-step playbook for this. First, they check the license. Is it legit? Is it from a good regulator? Next, they look at the betting markets. Does it even have the sports and the types of bets you care about? Then, they dig into the bonuses to see if they offer real value. And finally, they check out the payment options to make sure they're secure and easy to use.
But it's not just about what the experts say, right? It's about what actual users need. And when you look at the forums, people are talking about things like needing an English interface, support for US dollars, and the kinds of bets they're used to, like prop bets and parlays. And most importantly, fast, reliable payouts.
So, where can you find sites that tick all these boxes? Well, our analysis is based on top sources, one of which is betplace.us. Here's a quick tip. To find their list of recommended sites for Panama, all you have to do is type betplace.us into your search engine and just click on that first result. It's that simple.
Now, when you start looking at these sites, you're going to get hit with all sorts of bonus offers. And to really know what you're getting, you've got to speak the language. So let's quickly decode the most common ones you're going to see.
All right, let's run through these real quick. A welcome bonus. That's the classic hello gift for signing up, usually matching your first deposit. A free bet is basically house money, site credit that lets you place a bet without touching your own cash. A risk-free bet means if you lose your first wager, you get your stake back, typically as a free bet. And a reload bonus? That's for loyal customers, giving you a little extra when you deposit more money down the line. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground, so let's boil it all down. What are the absolute key things you need to walk away with?
Here are the 3 things you absolutely need to remember. Number 1, the law is on your side. You're betting in a fully legal, regulated, and tax-free country.
Number 2, think global. Your best bet is to look for those reputable international sites that welcome users in Panama. And number 3, do your homework. Use the checklist we talked about to find a site that's safe, reliable, and actually works for you.
And you know, this whole situation in Panama really leaves you with a bigger question. When you see expats and travelers using these global platforms so seamlessly inside another country's legal framework, you have to wonder, is this a little glimpse into the future of how all regulated online markets might work across borders? It's definitely something to think about.